Okay, in this video, I am going to show you how to properly fill out page 1 of the mortgage application in Calyx Point. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to log into Calyx and open up your borrower's file. On the top left-hand side of the page, you're going to see Loan Application 1. Go ahead and click on that. And what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top. Now, one of these two boxes must be checked. So if there is only one borrower on the loan, then you would simply click the bottom box stating that the borrower's spouse or other person will not be used on the loan. If there is more than one borrower on the loan, then you click the top box stating that the income assets of a borrower other than the borrower, of a person other than the borrower, will in fact be used. So in this case, there are two borrowers, so that top box will be checked. Okay. Down below, loan type. This is a conventional loan. You will choose what type of loan product this is. You'll choose the lien position, and you're also going to choose the amortization type. The purchase price and the loan amount, that should already be populated in from the borrower information page. Now the note rate is 4.25, which is what you put on the borrower information page earlier. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that the qualification rate and the note rate do in fact match, which they do here. The term and term due 360 for a 30-year fixed. Now the subject property, again, you want to double check to make sure that you have typed in the address properly for the subject property. Now, if you notice, number of units will always be left blank. You need to fill this in. If this is a single family house, it's going to be 1 unit. If it was a 2-family, it would be a 2. But in this case, it's a single family house. It's going to be 1 unit. Now, you must find out when the house was built. You can simply Google the property address, go to Zillow.com, and you will see when the year was built. In this case, it was built in 1958. Under legal description, what we want you to do, it's very, very simple. This is a single family house, SFR, and you're going to put C title report. If this was a 2-unit property, you would simply put 2-unit property and C title report. If it was a 3-unit, it would be a 3-unit property. So in this case, it is in fact a single family. So SFR space dash space C title report. You want to make sure that the property type is checked. This is a detached house. Again, this is a purchase property. As I scroll down, if construction loan, that's going to be blacked out. This is not a construction loan. This is not a refinance loan, so this is going to be blocked out. Now, if this was a refinance loan, you would put the year the borrower purchased the property. You would put the original cost of what they paid when they bought the property in that year, what the existing lien is on the property, whether or not they have a prepayment penalty, that must be filled out. And then lastly, the purpose of the refinance, whether it's a cash out, a rate and term, or whatnot. Now the title will be held in what names? You can simply, if you have 2 borrowers on the borrower information page, all you have to do is click in each box and it'll automatically populate the name of the borrowers. Now in a situation where you only have 1 borrower on the loan, if the spouse or girlfriend or fiance or whatever wants to be on the loan, you can add that name in there as well. The manner in which title will be held, what I typically do is I put to be determined in escrow and I let the closing attorney handle that with the borrowers. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. The down payment will automatically be populated based on the information you put on the borrower information page. Coming down here to section 3, borrower information. Again, you want to make sure that the name is spelled correctly for both the borrower's first and last name. This is a good opportunity to double check the social security number, the date of birth. The age will automatically populate based on the date of birth. For years in school, I always put 16 for both borrowers. Secondly, you want to make sure you have either married, unmarried, or separated. In this case, they're both married. And you want to put the number of dependents that they have, and you want to put their ages. Not putting this information in Calyx will create an additional condition when the underwriter approves the loan. The 1003 will have to be revised, and the application will have to be initialed by both borrowers if you neglect to put the number of dependents and their ages. The present address, this information is what we populated from the borrower information page earlier. You need to click the mailing address box for both borrowers to ensure that the mailing address, whether it's the same or if it's a different address, you must have this filled out. Secondly, what's very important is we must establish a 2-year resident history on the application. In this case, they lived at 123 Main Street for only 1 year. So we need to come down here and we need to add an additional address for the borrowers to complete the 2-year history of their residency. So in this case, they rented for 2 years. Now what we did is I added this to the borrower side of things. If the information is exactly the same for the co-borrower, you can come up here to the copy from co-borrower button. You can click this button and it'll automatically populate what you typed on the left side, and it'll automatically put it over here to the right side. So everything that you see on this page must be filled out in its entirety for application page 1 before submitting your file to your loan partner 2 for him or her to generate your mortgage application and disclosures. If you have any questions at all, please contact your loan partner 2.